no. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cubies and blockheads alike, it's about that time. That's right, as part of the second anniversary, Wuthering Waves has brought back cubiederby. Guys, this is real. Cubiederby is an event spanning over 2 weeks where players can vote on cube versions of their favorite characters as they race in a derby type of fashion. There's 18 cubes, 3 different groups, 2 brackets, but only one winner. And for those of you guys who took part in last year's event, we all know it's complete bull. The races are luck-based, the cubes take turns at random, traversing a board by rolling a die that determines how far they can move, ranging between 1 to 3 spaces. However, each cube does have their own unique skill that might help them snag a victory or two. But this isn't your grandfather's type of derby. Things are different this time around. We got thrusters, blockers, this thing, and we got a Bowser. With all these variables at play, you're probably wondering, is it just luck? Or is there some kind of secret method to help me figure out who's gonna win every single time? Well, look no further, because today I'm gonna rank each cube based on their likeness to win, on top of showing you guys just how easy it is to pick a winner every single time. Starting off with Luke. Luke's skill's pretty simple. Whenever Luke lands on a thruster pad, he moves an additional 2 spaces. Only downside is that the blocker pads will send him back an extra space. I think Luke's skill's alright. There's twice as many thrusters and blockers, like a ratio of 4 to 2. However, because he is heavily dependent on the map and can't trigger his skill that often, I gotta give him a C. Moving on to Hiyuki. Not only is her skill pretty good, it's more importantly, consistent. The moment she runs into a Bowser, she moves an additional space every turn onward. Even though a Bowser shows up almost midway into the first match, the second match is where a Bowser starts moving from the get-go, meaning she'll be able to proc her skill way earlier. A guaranteed +1 to your rolls is pretty good, so I'm giving her an A. Now for Denia. If Denia rolls the same number back-to-back, she moves an additional 2 spaces that turn. The highest any cube can roll is a 3, lowest is a 1, so if you do the math, she has to hit a 33% chance to proc her skill every turn after the first one. +2 to your roll is pretty good. However, the 33% chance isn't that high, so gotta give her a B. It's Sigrika's turn, and unlike her regular counterpart, her cube version is kinda evil. Sigrika ensures that any 2 cubes that are ahead of her get their roll reduced by 1. You can think of it as a cube only being able to roll a 1 or a 2. Also, I don't really know what they mean by right ahead. Is it 1 space, 2? Who knows. But either way, I think this is a pretty good skill that'll almost always activate every turn, allowing her to catch up if she's ever behind, so she gets an A rank. The Blessed Maiden herself, Cardathea. So if Cardathea is in last place after her own turn ends, she has a 60% chance to add +2 to her rolls for the remainder of the match. On paper, this sounds pretty broken, and it is, but just not in a good way. Once per match is different than once per round, and at least for the early brackets, there's 2 rounds per match, so she's essentially without a skill for the first round. Not that it really matters, since round 2 is what determines who moves up. But listen man, I voted for her last year, and I swear she never activated her skill. And the fact that it's after her roll makes triggering her skill even more difficult. So unless she manages to pull off some crazy stuff this year, unfortunately, I have to give her a C. Last but not least, it's Peeb. Phoebe's skill is pretty much a coin flip. She has a 50% chance to move an extra space. Nothing crazy, but moving an extra space every other turn more or less is alright. My only concern is that 1 space isn't going to separate her from the pack, so she's getting a B. With all that out of the way, I'm actually going to be casting my support for Denia. Even though Sigrika and Hiyuki have better skills, with a little bit of luck, I'm feeling pretty confident that Denia will be the one to take home the gold. Okay, so Denia might have lost, but it's fine. Like I said earlier, it's the second round that's important. So I ended up voting for Denia again. I logged on and quickly started spectating. And I didn't know this, but it turns out I was actually a little bit late. The match had already started, and I ended up missing the beginning part. But it's no big deal. Denia was about to win yesterday, and I felt pretty confident with everybody's current positions. And hey, Denia barely got second place last round, you know, it's not like Hiyuki's gonna win twice in a row or anything. And that's it for Group A. We now know who's moving on and who is unfortunately out of the competition. Luke and Cardathia will be moving to the show match bracket, which is pretty much a one-round match for fun. Whether or not they win or lose doesn't change the fact that they are out. So, anyways, we still got a lot of matches to cover, so let's check out who's going to be representing Group B. The first cube of Group B is Chisa. Her skill makes it so that if she ends up with the lowest number out of her competitors, she moves an extra 2 spaces that turn. I actually think her skill is pretty solid and definitely has a lot of... It helps her stay with the pack and avoids falling behind. I'm also going to assume that if she shares the lowest number with someone else, her skill still activates, so I'm gonna give her an A. Okay, Lene is awesome and probably has my favorite skill. She needs to hit a 60% chance to double her roll. That's insane. It's literally higher than Phoebe's skill and she gets more out of it. Downside is that she has a 20% chance of not moving at all, which isn't good obviously, but 20% is pretty low, so I think the trade-off is worth it. Lene's getting an S rank. This skill is bonkers. Alright guys, Mornay's skill is kinda bad. Mornay will always roll a 3, then a 2, then a 1, then a 3, and well, you guys get the point. The reason why I'm saying it's bad is because it really doesn't do anything. She's not going to be able to move more than 3 spaces, which does hold her back a bit. Only good thing I can take away is that this also does prevent her from being unlucky rolling back-to-back ones. I mean, it's a cute skill, so I'll give her C for cute. The fan favorite Imyth. Once per match, Imyth teleports on top of the nearest cube once she reaches the midpoint. Keep in mind, it is a once per match skill, so this round coming up you won't see her activating it. It's definitely not a bad skill. You just need to hope that the cube or stack she teleports to moves after her own turn or before her next roll. But since it is a one and done skill, I'm giving her a B. The Montellis have arrived, and with Carlotta it's go big or go home. No, literally, she only has a 28% chance to activate her skill. Lene has a 60%, but Carlotta doesn't have any downside, so she's getting an A. Last, but certainly not least, Shorekeeper. Her skill prevents her from rolling a 1, which is pretty good. And on top of looking absolutely adorable, she'll be rolling high every turn, which should help her break away from the rest of the cubes. Even though some of her competitors might be able to move more than 3 spaces, it's a very consistent skill, so I gotta give her an A. And if it wasn't obvious, Shorekeeper's getting my vote, so without further ado, let's see how this round goes.
Real trap shit.
Not Batman, though.
¿Cómo está, muchacho?
Bruh.
Alright, listen man, that round was really dumb. Again, round 2 is the important one, but still. Carlotta's skill activated more often than Lene's. How does that even happen? I mean, it's a 28% chance compared to a 60. It just doesn't add up. You know what? I'm gonna keep my eyes on Carlotta. Not because I find her attractive, but because I find her attractive
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
So that's it for Group B. I can definitely say I was not expecting Carlotta to activate her skill every time she rolled a 3. At least Lene had her skill activate more often, Imeth was able to use her skill, and hey, well, at least Shorekeeper's moving on, thank God. Apologies to Chisa and Mornay fans, maybe next year we'll see a comeback. Anyways, now it's time for Group C, so let's see what that's all about. Starting off with Changli, the OG, if you will. She's the same as last year, where she has a 65% chance to go last on the next turn if she's stacked on top of any cubes. If you would have asked me what I thought about this skill last year, I'd say it's garbage. But because there's way more opportunities for cube stacks to occur via a Bowser and that black hole thingy, this skill is getting an A. I think it's really, really good. Jinchi is back too. The magistrate herself has a 40% chance to move to the top of a cube stack every time stacking occurs. Just like Changli, this skill hits a lot harder this year around. Considering how often we see cube stacking on top of each other, especially near the finish line, having a 40% chance to just cut your way to the top is insanely good. S rank, no question. Finally, some Septimon representation, and it's from no less than the F herself, Augusta. You know, the skill reminds me a lot of her forte, in that it's weak. So if Augusta is at the top of a stack when the turn starts, she doesn't move and instead will roll last in the following turn. Here's the thing, she needs to end the turn on top of any cube, which when dealing with Jinchi for example, will make it even more difficult for her to do so. As much as it pains me to say, she gets a C. Yuno! Oh, I know who Yuno is, but did you know that I am down bad for Yuno though. So Yuno has a very funny skill. Similar to Imeth, once she reaches the midpoint of the course, Yuno teleports every cube minus a Bowser to her location. Doesn't matter if you're about to reach the finish line, or if you're Lene round 1 and still stuck at the fucking beginning. This skill's crazy, she basically sets up the later half of the race to be heavily luck based. You gotta hope a Bowser doesn't drag you further behind, or other cubes don't jump on top of you after you move. Even though I really like her skill, it doesn't solely benefit Yuno, as it pretty much just soft resets the round, so I'll be giving her a B. I am down bad for Yuno though. Frolova's here too, and even though she may not look like she's having fun, don't worry, she isn't. When at the bottom of a cube stack when the turn begins, she moves an extra 3 spaces when her own turn starts, meaning you'll want to start the turn with someone on top of you and hope you roll towards the end when everybody already jumps off. It's definitely not a bad skill. I can see it activating occasionally, and plus 3 to roll is pretty good. The only downside I see is that if someone is still on top of you when this turn activates, they benefit way more than she does. B rank. And the final cube I'll be covering today is none other than Calcharo. Calcharo, he'll be whoever you want him to be, and in this case, he's broken as shit. His skill basically prevents him from being in last place, and unlike Cardathea, where she needs to be last after her roll, he immediately gains 3 spaces before he even rolls. Calcharo will never fall behind the pack, and if he manages to roll last in the turn order, chances are he'll typically activate the skill anyway, slingshotting himself far forward. This is an easy S rank skill, there's no downsides, and it's fairly easy to activate, especially if your rolls are unlucky. But if you're wondering who I'm gonna vote for, I think I made it pretty obvious. I mean, come on, look at her, she's adorable. I'm voting for Changli.
Be reduced to cinder.
Yeah, I'm a big Changli fan. If you want to know my top 3 favorites, Lupa, Changli, Shorekeeper. Although to be transparent, I was a little bummed that I couldn't vote for Yuno.
I am down bad for Yuno though.
Anyways, let's go ahead and see what this round will bring. I hope it's a victory because I haven't won a single one so far, I'm starting to look desperate, I have no credibility, and I'm really regretting making this video.
I see my way clear.
As much as it pains me to say, she gets a C. You know, the skill reminds me a lot of her forte, in that it's weak.
I am down bad for you know though. Second place. Is it really that hard to win one match? She was right there. Whatever. There's still round 2. Yuno will be activating her skills, so who knows? Maybe that'll cause some mischief. Let's just get into it. That's Group C. Well, I mean, at least Chang Li barely made it. Although I can't believe we lost the only Septimon representation, like, dude. I can't keep doing this. I'm not the only one, right? Like, surely no one else has gotten all these correct, right?
So what do? Do you waterboard him? Do you sleep deprive him? Do you put him in a cold cell? Do you beat him? Do you put cockroaches on him?
Do you put hummus up his ass?
Like I said earlier, I'm only going to briefly cover the show matches, as these cubes are already out of the competition. I voted for Yuno because...
I am down bad for Yuno.
Yeah, she was robbed. This is like, what, the third time now that my Cubie's one space away from winning? Literally, if Luke or Yuno would have rolled before Chisa, it would have been over. But no, the game hates me and anyone else from Septimont, so yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty everybody, with the preliminaries out of the way, there are now 5 more rounds into the finals. However, the bottom 3 cubes that don't win today move down to the lower bracket, still giving them a chance to make it to the finals. But as you can see, for some reason, they decided to put Chang Li and Shorekeeper in the same brackets. You might as well point a gun at my head. Sure. Each of the top 3 cubes from the new A and B bracket advance to the semifinals, and the bottom 3 for each move down to a lower bracket. But I'll tell you one thing. Today, things are different. Even though I'm voting for Shorekeeper, as long as either her or Chang Li win, they'll be one step closer to the finals. I have 2 cubes on my side today, and even though I have yet to win, there's no doubt in my mind that either one of them will place first today. I rooted for them last year, and I've seen them grow in the time that has passed, and I know their efforts won't go unanswered. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eliminator A. Listen, I don't know what happened, but we're not going to talk about it. What's done is done, you know, water under the bridge or some shit. Anyways, I'm voting for Lene. Even though I think iMyth is the obvious choice, I want to be different. Lene's 60% is bonkers, and she'll probably roll high values often anyway, so even if she doesn't win, she'll probably get top 3 anyway, right? I mean, it's 60 versus 28. If anything, Carla's ass shouldn't even be moving, so what are we doing?
Could that be? Bagel delivery! What? I didn't order any.
But what the hell, boy?
Damn.
It's been a while since the last time that I saw your smile. What a perfect place. As pieces have fallen into place. I've been craving to touch you like moonlight stroking your face. My dear Everine, come home in here. Come dance with me in a row.
We make it look easy.
Well, here we are everybody, the semifinals. First to third place move up to the finals, and the bottom 3 go to the playoffs while the race against the 3 winners of tomorrow's round. I think it's safe to say I have absolutely zero confidence. Don't get me wrong, I'm still voting for Shorekeeper, that hasn't changed, but like, come on, it's been 10 days, dude, and I still haven't won. At this point, it's starting to feel like whoever I pick is guaranteed to lose. So the moment Shorekeeper or Cheng Li are out of the competition, you can bet your ass I'm voting for Calcaro. But in all seriousness, even if Shorekeeper doesn't win, I mean, as long as she can get 3rd place, I'll be happy. I mean, the last thing I want is for her and Cheng Li to face each other again, so as long as that doesn't happen, we'll be good. And to be honest, it's not going to be easy. Calcaro has a really good skill. Sagrika now makes Shorekeeper only roll a 1 or 2. Dania can get extra movements. It's going to be rough. Lene got last place yesterday, even though I thought she was going to win, so let's just see what happens. I got nothing to lose, apparently.
Double gold cup for the fucking Slurpee.
The last thing I want is for her and Cheng Li to face each other again, so as long as that doesn't happen...
Alright, I know I'm on a losing streak, and what terrifies me is that if Cheng Li loses here, she's out. She's about to go up against some really strong cubes this round, but again, I really do think she has what it takes. She's just been getting screwed over by a Bowser or the other cubes, so I'm hoping this round really showcases just how great of a cube she is. Oh my god, I knew it! Dude, yes, man! I can't believe it. This is insane. Like, finally, man, I knew it. I knew she had it in her to win. Oh, dude, this is great. You know, I want to take the time to thank everyone who supported me. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank Solon. I want to thank Dong, wherever he is. Oh, this is just crazy, man. You know what? You know what? Never give up on your dreams. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Stay lit. Dab. Happy day 12, everybody. I woke up feeling great, super pumped, energized, and just ready to go. It sucks that I gotta pick again between both my favorites, but this time I wanted for Cheng Li. You know, I want to ride the high and take advantage of the momentum. Listen, I know my cubes, and when Cheng Li wins again, oh, dude, don't even get me started. Hey guys, quick interjection. I'm currently editing the video, but I just want to talk about how disgusting this match was. You know, in all the matches that I've seen these past 2 years, I've never seen a round as blatantly fixed as this one. I mean, as you saw, Sagrika just debuffed my shorekeeper even though she was 4 spaces away, yet didn't debuff Lene despite being closer. She instead waits to assault my Cheng Li, making sure she can't even land on the thruster. It like robbed her of 2 spaces. She even went as far as to just hang behind Cheng Li, screwing her over every single turn. Like, why should Cheng Li be punished just because Sagrika was unlucky? Cheng Li's out here rolling 3s and 2s. She literally won last round. She's trying her best, but you're telling me it doesn't matter because Sagrika can't roll for shit? No, even in last place, she got debuffed. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I get that cubiederby's luck-based, but this was just intentional sabotage. What happened to sportsmanship? I just don't understand how a cube can have so much hate in their heart to do something this vile. Cheng Li didn't deserve this. She didn't even place high last year. Yet here Sagrika comes along with no regard of the sanctity of cubiederby and just ruins everything. I'm gonna take a walk, get some fresh air. This match was painful, and I sincerely hope no other cube has to deal with this ever again. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the show match. After reporting Sagrika Cube to the officials of cubiederby, I've now been informed that the best thing to do is to blur her out from this point onwards. I have also filed a police report and am in the process of obtaining a restraining order. Once again, I'm just going to be skimming over the Showtime round as these cubes are already out. I still voted for Cheng Li, but to be honest, I really didn't care for the match. I'm still distraught over the playoffs, and honestly, I've been speaking to my therapist about coming to terms with everything that's happened so far. But it's definitely been an experience. When I started recording 13 days ago, I never would have expected things to turn out this way. But I guess that's just what life's all about, huh? Anyways, congratulations, Carlotta, for winning the last show match. And I guess I'll see you guys in the finals 2 days from now. Well, this is it. The final round. I'm actually gonna sit this one out. Ever since Cheng Li got eliminated, it just hasn't been the same. But if you're still watching, hope that whatever cube you picked wins. And hey, here's to a good final round.
Cup.
And that's the cubiederby experience. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about it. Did you find it funny? Maybe you found it odd that I'm uploading this video a month after the event ended. Honestly, I thought I would have been able to get this out before the Cyberpunk collab, but oh well. I bit off more than I could chew when I started working on this, but hey, somehow managed to create what is my new magnum opus. So please, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share with your friends, and maybe I'll do another one next year. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you once again for sticking around. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.